Hi, just thought I'd do a little video to show people who may have a thundertiger EB4 S2 or, for that matter, any other nitro engine car and are struggling with tuning it in, running it in, general basics really. Plus I got some good tips for making it go faster and rev higher and also be more reliable. So, right, I just thought I'd show you. Here we go. Apologies for the crap video, I am using my phone, so bear with. Right. So, this is pretty much your basic thundertiger EB4 S2. It has the BXR Pro 21 engine, which is capable of about 35,000 RPM, which, if you think about it, a car engine, most of them are out of puff at about 7,000 RPM. Well, you can tell 35,000 is a hell of a lot. It is only one piston, that's pretty obvious. But yeah, it's a pretty strong engine, it's a pretty good engine, it's very reliable, easy to start, easy to use, it's got a good power range. As far as tuning goes, a lot of people struggle with them because they assume that ready to run means ready to run. Well, it doesn't. Ready to run basically is the fact that it's built, it's sort of ready to start rather than ready to run. You need to tune them first. You need to get them running, otherwise you'll end up blowing it up, and you don't want to do that because it's very expensive. So, you've got your carburetor here. This is obviously the air intake. And the first thing to do is to make sure that you have, hopefully you can see on the video, about half a mil. I'm just going to try and move the camera a second because it doesn't seem to be focusing very well. Okay. Yeah, well, you've got about half a mil gap on that, as you can see there on the right hand side. Well, this is what you want. You want about half a mil so that it can idle properly. If it is idling too high when you first start it, the idle screw is this little one just here. This one here. That's your idle screw. If you turn it to the left, the idle will get lower. If you turn it to the right, the idle will get higher. And as you turn it to the right, or the left, if you turn it to the right, this gap will get bigger. If you turn it to the left, the gap will get smaller. Hence, the idle getting lower because there's less air. So that's your idle screw, and that will affect how it runs, even if you don't touch the mixture screw, which is this one. Now, this is the most important one for power. This, if you get it out of the box, you can start it up, run it in, use 2 or 3 tanks, run it on quite rich, which is turned outwards. So that would be anti-clockwise. If you want to run it lean, then you need to turn it in, which is obviously clockwise. I'd recommend turning the screw all the way in so that it won't go any further, and then turning it, count as you do it, turn 3.5 turns outwards. Set the idle needle so that you have about half a mil, and try that. You should find quite good results like that. Once you've driven it like that for a while, then you can start sort of riching it out a bit and getting more power and hopefully higher speed. And you just gradually bring this screw out. So that's anti-clockwise. Gradually bring it out bit by bit, not too far because otherwise you'll just drown the engine and it'll cut out. As far as air filters go, the standard air filter is this one. Well, these are okay. They're pretty good for keeping out the dirt and stuff, but they're not very good for power. What I recommend, go to Halfords, go down the induction kit aisle, and hopefully they'll have some little mini breather filters in stock, which normally are for car engines, but they actually fit perfectly on here and are very, very good. I've bought this one, which is a little stainless steel breather filter, as you can see, and it fits on here absolutely perfectly, and it does actually improve performance as well, which is a good benefit. Secondly is the exhaust pipe. This is a standard exhaust pipe. It's a good pipe. There's nothing wrong with this pipe. You don't have to replace it, but if you want it to look nicer, have a better note, and possibly maybe increase your performance, then I'd recommend to go for a company called Tysis. or saith this. You can't even bloody pronounce it. It's weird. But anyway, this is a really, really good company. I've used them before. And they do pretty wacky exhaust designs, such as this. Check that bad boy out. Side exit. It's pretty cool. I'm going to fit this in a minute and trial it basically, because I haven't run it before, so I don't know what it's actually going to be like. But yeah, should be pretty good. Should hopefully sound pretty good too. So that's the exhaust. As far as handling goes, just use a few suspension shortening. These little plastic clip things. They normally come with them if you've only just bought the kit. I use 2 on the front and 2 on the back, and that makes it a lot stiffer. It makes the rebound faster, as you can see. And on the back, it's pretty much the same. Makes the rebound slightly faster. So you'll get less body roll through corners, less pitching when you accelerate, which is basically when you accelerate, the front of the car will do that. But at the moment, you can see I'm lifting it up now, and it's hardly moving at all. So you don't get much pitch, which will increase your acceleration because there's less body roll. So that's pretty good. The third thing that I've done, which is a really good idea, I think, personal choice, but I think it's a good idea. I've got 2 very, very small computer fans, as you can see here, and I've stuck them on the side of the receiver box, so there's still plenty of room to get your batteries out, and it doesn't actually get in the way of anything. I've wired them up. There's a little switch here for turning them on and off. Wires all the way along to a AA battery pack. Takes 4 AA batteries. And basically, all it's for is for cooling. If you're the sort of person that canes the shit out of your car, gets the engine very hot, stop, start, maybe even, you know, messing around with your mates, drag racing it or something, you're going to be sat on the line ticking over, it's going to be getting hotter and hotter, especially if it's on a summer's day. Well, these little fans, you turn them on, and they basically just blow nice cold air across the cylinder head, and they genuinely do keep the engine cool. They really do work, and I would recommend anybody who's thinking about modifying one of these to go for this as an idea. It's my own idea. I'm surprised they don't do it as an option, but it really does work. It's a really good idea. So yeah, that's about it really. So that's the thundertiger EB4 S2. There's 2 versions. There's the S2 with the Pro 21 engine and the Pro 21 BXR engine, which is this one here. They pretty much look identical, apart from the fact that this one has no mid-range adjusting screw on this side. Instead, it's on this side, which is just there. And that's about it really. That's the only difference. So there we are. Hopefully that will be helpful to anybody who's thinking about buying one or using one. So there we are. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.